Howdy gamers, Mitty here, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about a new game that I have been thoroughly enjoying, called Coral Island. You may have heard of it. It came out on October 11th into early access on Steam, and Xbox Game Pass if you have that too. Coral Island is like a mix between Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, and I am here for it. So far, I have been thoroughly enjoying this game. It only came out 2 days ago and it's in early access. It's nowhere near complete, but it still has so much content for you to play through. So for this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks that I found while playing Coral Island. I hope you find my tips and tricks helpful, and let's get right to it. Okay, so the first one may seem obvious, but I didn't realize how important this was until I was actually playing the game, but you want to make sure to upgrade your bag as soon and as frequently as you can. Like in most games, bag space is super important to this game. You can upgrade your bag as you go along. I would absolutely recommend, if you happen to have a little extra cash and you're hurting for bag space, then just run over to Sam's and upgrade it while you can. It really makes a huge difference. And once you fully upgrade it, that's money you'll never have to spend on bag upgrades again. The same thing goes for upgrading your tools, but it costs more than just money. You need to bring the materials as well. So that makes upgrading your tools a little bit more complicated, because some of the stuff you find that you need to upgrade your tools, you don't get immediately. You need to wait for certain events to happen in-game. But just like the bags, I would absolutely recommend leveling up your tools as you can. Leveling up your tools means you can destroy rocks or trees with less swings, so that saves you stamina in the end. On to the second tip I have for you is, before the museum opens, if you're catching bugs or fish, save those for when the museum opens. It will save you a lot of time and frustration. I am the kind of person who loves fishing and catching bugs in games like this. And you're not always going to catch the same bug twice with a lot of ease. So if you catch a bug and then you sell it, but you ended up needing that bug, you're just going to feel bad. So that's why I would recommend keeping a special chest full of the creatures or critters you've caught in case you need to donate them to the museum. This really only applies to you if you don't have the museum open on your save. I, on my save, have the museum open 24/7, so if I want to donate something, I can just run over there real quick and do it. But if you haven't unlocked the museum yet and you're catching bugs, I would recommend hanging on to them. And I know you're hurting for money in the beginning. You only start with 300 coins, but it is so worth it to not just sell those bugs, because the season will end and you don't know if you'll ever catch that bug again, because, not all bugs are super common. On to tip number 3, which is don't be caught out at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is the cutoff of the day, and if you're still out, even if you're on your farm, you will pass out and get charged 15 coins as a medical bill. Now, that's not a lot if it happens once or twice, but that will add up. So I would suggest making a habit of going home at least a little bit early so this doesn't happen to you. And if you feel like there's not enough time in the day in-game for you, there is a way to change that. To change the speed, you go to Settings and then Game Time Speed. This can be adjusted from 50% to 100% speed. Now, personally, I've never seen another game with this feature, so I think it is pretty freaking neat and very unique. Tip number 4 is you can indeed fish anywhere. As long as, your bobble reaches the water, you can fish there. It may take a little bit for the fish to appear. There is no pre-existing shadow. It's when you fish there, then the fish's shadow will appear and you can fish that fish. This is awesome if you're looking for a way to just increase your fishing skill and or make money. Fishing, as I mentioned before, takes patience, but you will make money from it. It may not be a lot, but in the beginning, fishing is a great way to make money. So is catching bugs. Tip number 6, don't focus on one specific thing. I would recommend branching out to level up all of aspects of the skill trees. Leveling up helps you unlock recipes and stuff like that, and it also increases your max stamina, which I think is very, very useful. For each level you gain in each category, you get to spend 1 skill point, which can help you either make it so bugs can't detect you as fast, make it so it's easier to reel in a fish. It goes on and on, but I would absolutely recommend branching out to level up all aspects of the skill trees, and that way you'll receive all the benefits. Now, at the moment, since the game is in early access, there is only a couple things per skill tree, but they plan on adding more, and I cannot wait to see which perks they add. Tip number 6. Once you unlock the hot spring, use it as much as you can. It regens 3 stamina per second. I've used this on many occasions when I was about to go to the mines, but I wasn't fully capped on stamina because I had just watered my plants, so I ran to the hot spring and then I went on to mine. Entrance to the hot spring is free, so as soon as it's in working order, use it as much as you possibly can. Tip number 7. Check Ben's wares every weekend. He could have an awesome deal for you. The way to get to Ben's house is, so this is your house. You go up straight, you take a right, and then you follow the path all the way up, and he is to the right of the cavern. But this is Ben's caravan. His caravan is only open on weekends, but I've gotten quite a few steals. Such as, instead of paying $9,000 for the chicken outfit, I paid less than $1,500, and I've been wearing it ever since. For number 8, you can only upgrade one tool at a time, so plan accordingly. Another thing to keep in mind when you upgrade a tool is it will be out of commission as well. Say you're upgrading it to silver. That will take 2 days for it to be finished, so you won't have that tool for 2 days. This kind of sucks, and I didn't quite plan accordingly when I upgraded my watering can, so my plants didn't grow as fast as they could have because I failed to water them one day, and I didn't check the weather report before I upgraded my tool, so I didn't get lucky and it wasn't raining. I kind of like this aspect of the game where you need to upgrade them instead of just crafting a whole new thing. It puts a little bit of pressure on you to plan accordingly, and I personally kind of like that a little bit. The 9th and final tip I'm going to give you is something regarding diving. Now, this tip isn't a secret by any means. It is literally on your screen while you're diving, but I was just so taken aback by all the art and the beautiful atmosphere down there, even though it's really littered. But I failed to notice that you can, in fact, move the anchor to your location. So you don't need to travel a long way and then get lost and worry about how you're going to get back to the surface. I believe the default key is X to move the anchor, but it will just drop it right next to you and then you can go to the surface, and it is amazing, and I wish I had known it earlier because I actually only found it out today, and I had been maneuvering my way back to the entrance point where I had entered, and that was just an absolute pain. Those are my tips and tricks for Coral Island. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and if you have any extra tips that you would like me to know, or any of your fellow Coral Island players, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Everybody is new to this game, well, most of us, and I am so excited for the future of it. Any tips are appreciated, and I hope to see you guys again later. Bye, everybody!